Hey guys, we're here! Woo!
Yeah.
How do I flip this back?
I don't know, Pat.
I gotta stop it?
You just stopped it. No, you flipped it. It is. It's real tough. I don't like it. That's why I'm here at a retro gaming convention.
Welcome everyone, we're back. Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Woo! Yes.
Howdy.
My name is Pat Contri. This is my partner, Ian Ferguson.
Hi, Ian.
How we doing? We doing okay? We glad to be back? The heart of the retro gaming scene is Portland. We're so happy to be back here, and you're having fun. I see a Blockbuster hat. Woo! Did I compete with you at the Saturn Bomb? I won one. I didn't qualify to move forward. Come on, more.
You're a buster.
I did play as Milan as my character.
You're no good.
I wanted Higgins, unfortunately.
It was great.
It was rigged. Oh, we finding deals out there? We're happy to be back.
Steals and deals?
Steals and deals?
I don't know that there's a lot of deals.
Well, I mean, in theory.
There's a lot of appropriately priced product. I don't know that there's any deals to be had.
I was gonna wear a special shirt today, but I ordered it, and unfortunately, it's a small, and I can kind of squeeze in a small, but I don't want to look like a Hoboken bouncer at a bar.
Why did you buy a small?
I did, and I got a large. I shipped me the wrong one, unfortunately. So it's the Tommy Tallarico tweet against me. I can't read it, Ian. I don't know if you want to read it. Do you want to read it?
I mean, I guess I can do that for you. Yep, nothing but a jealous, lying fraud who anointed himself the gatekeeper of retro. Parentheses, yet knows little before the NES, and parentheses. He has a horrible reputation in the community at this point. When Amico is a success, he'll be the colleague. This is longer than a normal tweet. This is a joke. He'll be the Coleco Chameleon of retro YouTubers. Looking forward to it.
All right, let's give it up for Tommy. All that came to pass, all that came true. I should probably sell these for charity, but I don't have the one right now. So we're going to be talking about, speaking of the Amico, Ian, there is a Kickstarter coming out, or it's actually out, called the UDU.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's a mobile-based platform, a full console, and a handheld device. And it's interesting. And before you all jump off the ledge, I don't hate this idea. I do not think it's a terrible idea. It's just whether or not I think this is going to be successful.
I like it less.
Okay. So how does it work? We can watch the Kickstarter video. I have it ready to go. Oh, we'll play the Kickstarter here. You can get a feel for it. Here.
Oh, wow!
Okay, that was not good.
Are you ready to take mobile gaming to a whole new level? Meet the UDU Console, a handheld device that turns mobile gaming into active play. Connect it and explore. Move the UDU Console and your character moves with you. The AI motion detection recognizes physical gestures and makes playing active, immersive, and super fun. Sense the vibration of the sword as it cuts through the air, or the flow of the brush as it touches the canvas. With a breakthrough in HD haptics, playing UDU has become a fully immersive experience. Forget boring games at home. You can play literally anywhere.
At UDU, we're here to improve quality of life for your kids. With the UDU Console, we're empowering kids to move off the couch and have fun in a way that they love. We're transforming their inactive gaming experiences into something that is active, social, immersive, and fun like never before.
Get blown away by the ultra-crisp display, colorful LEDs, smooth trackpad,
Magnetic charger, trigger button, squeeze button, motion sensors, and haptic vibrations.
everything packed into a sleek design that is robust and water repellent. In the UDU Games app, you'll find all the experiences. Everything from our open world adventures and sandbox games to artistic mini games and courtyard classics. The best thing is, there are many, many games on the way. I know what you're thinking. Yes, you can play too. UDU is all about making kids and families happy. Hey Asbjørn, how's the project going?
We're almost there, and soon the production.
J.K. Simmons.
And with our experienced team of professionals from all over the world, we have ensured that your kids will get amazing play adventures and discoveries. Join the journey and be the first to get the UDU experience. With your help, we'll be able to develop even more games for your kids. Early bird baggers will of course be rewarded with a huge discount on the console and a free subscription period in the UDU Game Center.
That's awesome! Now it's your turn. Check out our crowdfunding page and order now.
Okay, cheesy, very cheesy video, but it got the basics. So this is a gaming platform that's subscription based. You're going to get a suite of games, with this. So you have a lot of things going on here. You have augmented reality stuff where you're walking around, or like in your house, it's like a tracking thing to find ghosts or whatever they were doing. There's motion things, 2 players like baseball. The controller.
You have water resistancy.
What's that? Water resistancy. They make sure you
it's good
drop
to
in a
know.
puddle.
Yeah.
Looking at the controller, you have LED lights on the top. We've seen that before somewhere. You have a display that's small, and just to like, this is like a an RPG game showing you stuff on there. You have a little D-pad, trackpad, HD haptics. It'll probably do different sorts of what are you looking like that for?
I don't like it.
Some sort of sensory feedback, and then on the back of it, where's the back? There is a squeeze and a trigger on the back.
Squeeze them.
So there's like a trigger for your finger, and there's a squeeze thing. So you get like, looks like 6 buttons, and you get motion on this. There it is. There's the back here, and you have a charger like the old like Wii controllers and stuff like that, motion sensors. Okay, so this is going to cost on the Kickstarter. This is going to cost. They already reached their goal, I think. Here's the good news about this for you tears it apart. This is on Kickstarter, which means they have a working prototype. You're not allowed to do this stuff on Kickstarter unless it's a working prototype. That's the good news about this. So this is going to cost. Let's see, that's the Friends pack. €1 is actually worth less than $1 right now, slightly, but this is going to cost let's see, early bird, $140. You get a UDU console, and you get 12 months of the subscription free. There's for $140 the first year. Then it's usually going to be $200, which I guess would include probably a free subscription for the first year. So that's what you're looking at here. So for $140, you get the console, which is the controller really, which is going to be probably I'm guessing a mobile app that you install, and then you're going to get the charging cable, the wrist wrap, and 12 free months free for the games.
Okay, I know where you want to go with this. This is nicer. This is what the Amigo probably should have been.
Yes, because when you're talking about immersive interaction, you actually see people interacting in a couple of games, like
Sure.
playing a 2-player game outside.
When J.K. Simmons is playing baseball.
Yeah, or they're like walking around together, like friends walking around together, experience something with AR, like Pokemon Go, right? You walk around, you can experience stuff together. So that's the what I like about this. There's only though 2 games announced right now, which gives me a slight pause. This is supposed to launch in April, so like this is going to go into production probably by end of the year, early next year.
Right.
So like that's the thing. Was like how many games are finished? We saw a handful, 5 or 6, but here's the ones that they're touting here. Quest of Aoki, your first big adventure starts with Quest of Aoki, where you access the parallel universe of Aether. Is that one of the infinity things in Infinity Stones? A place on the edge of collapse. Okay, whatever. So you walk around probably outside, you see enemies with AR.
You bonk it.
You bonk them with your sword, you get little power-ups. It's probably not going to be a deep experience. It's probably going to be something like playing like Ring Fit, like something that's simple, but you're going to swipe and do things and combos, maybe, I don't know, get potions. And then you get, so that's, all right, that's fine. And you get Juice Box, which I think it's a cute little dancing rhythm thing where you wave your arm as they drop the notes. You go
And you make the juice.
You make the juice. It's cute. It's a rhythm game. So the issue I have is that there's only these 2 games being shown. I'll lower this a little bit. So it's just a simple little reaction game. Maybe kids will do this outside. I don't know if there's a 2-player mode. At least you're getting some fresh air. There's someone playing basketball in the background there. There's somewhere in Scandinavia right now, looks like. All right.
Great.
It's a simple game.
It's a very simple game.
Here's the issue. We don't know how many games and what the quality of these games are going to be to sustain something like this, like once this launches. They say they have partners, but like who are they partnering with?
I've heard of people's partnerships before.
12 months is usually $10 a month. So if you look at other things like Apple Arcade, what, $5 a month?
$5.
This is more than that, and that's what kind of scares me, because the Apple Arcade stuff is highly curated. It's Apple throwing money though around. This is double what Apple Arcade is. These are all just for obviously this platform, for the UDU platform.
Yeah, I mean, so here's where I see problems coming in. One, I don't think you're going to convince enough developers to make games for this platform, and I think it's going to be harder for them to do that even than, say, something like the Amico. It's going to be, one, such a closed system, and two...
Lightsaber game.
And two, if they're using the motion controls, it's likely going to be harder to port the games elsewhere, so it's a double risk for them. If they spend the time on developing these games and no one buys them, they can't really take that work elsewhere, whereas Astro Smash could conceivably be on anything.
Oh, it couldn't be. No, absolutely. No, it cannot be on the Switch.
You have to.
You gotta be, yeah. So that's the thing, is like, these are all games where you have to look at your phone, like that's your screen, or the tablet, the Ghost thing.
It's too much.
And then swing, I think it's too much. The issue is that you'll need this platform because you can't swing a phone and look at the phone. Like, you need a phone and you know what I mean? So they couldn't be ported to Apple Arcade.
Doing some interpretive dance.
I'm swinging, I'm making juice.
They're making the juice.
But you see, like, there's like a pitching game here, there's a juice game, there's the ghost. The ghost thing actually looks interesting because they're in a house looking around. And there's
Yeah, but I mean, that's all wishes and hopes and dreams.
I'm just saying, in theory, if it works, that could be a fun little activity. You're in the house, you're 7 years old, you want to find a ghost. That's what I'm talking about here.
Sure.
The goals of
Shark.
what man, Amico's just ruined your outlook on this stuff. A goal.
It's gimmicky. It's gimmicky. It's way too closed of an environment. The game looked like
Well, it has to be-
garbage.
it has to be closed.
That's a garbage. That's
Well,
an
here's the
Amico
thing.
quality game, Patrick.
But if it's closed, then it's actually, these are exclusive games. Like that, you gotta get that. These are actually exclusive. I'm just saying, they're exclusive. I'm just saying these are actually exclusive games. That's it.
Collect for it?
Yeah. There won't be any physical products for this. The goal is to put 100 games on. So here's the thing. I have an issue with the price after the first year. You spend $140 for the first year, you get how many games? If it's like 20 games, okay. I have an issue then with it paying $10 for it after that. That's my concern about this. How many more games will come out? If this is a moderate success, how do you justify that every month unless these are like games coming out like 2 or 3 a month, like that regularly? Because there's not going to be very obviously intense games most of these. They're not going to be like, going to be mobile depth games or mobile in terms of simple.
Right.
That's what I mean.
So they're going to be bad.
That doesn't necessarily mean bad. Like little RPG that...
No, games that people are making for this are going to be bad.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a fair shake until we see more of the games. But that's... this is what I also like about it. I'm not sure if I have a video of this. These are all, like, this company is filled with young blood. And it's not an ageism thing, but for technology, you need young people driving a lot of these companies that have fresh new ideas at least. Because if you have stagnant old ideas, technology just passes people by, as we've seen, with another concept, where it's like, you need fresh infusion of ideas, and that's what I like about looking at the backgrounds of these people. Like, these are not older people getting into this. So, not saying this to be a success, but at least they're coming from an area of new thought, and we're not thinking it's 1981 anymore.
I think, honestly, oddly, I think this is something that could maybe do better with partnerships.
What was this?
That was the handshake.
Oh, okay.
Partnership. If you made it look a little bit cuter and attached it to something like Pokemon Go,
What do you mean cuter? Like make the colors
a little
different?
smaller, less of a digital corn cob.
Smaller. It's palm sized. Like that. How much smaller? You need the squeeze and the trigger.
It's like a big, that's a soup carrot.
A soup carrot?
A soup carrot.
Who knows in the audience what a soup carrot is?
No one does. I made it up right now.
Oh, it's like 5 people know what a soup carrot is.
Well, I mean, it's the right size for soup.
Are you falling asleep?
What?
So it's a horse carrot.
Belongs in a museum.
Okay, I lost it.
They're really big. They're
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Who here does anyone have kids out here that are into like anything AR apps, augmented reality apps? Yeah? They go outside and like look at the stuff, or?
Honestly, he plays Pokemon Go a crap load, so he might actually enjoy something.
He
like
might.
this, but I have to agree with Ian that I don't necessarily think that any of these games are really going to be something that'll grab his interest. where he
Yeah,
picks up a
That's
toy
the
and
issue.
plays active
We don't
play.
see enough of anything in this video.
So like there were Dragon Quest games that they made for the Wii where you use the remote as like a sword. If you did a partnership like that, people might think it was more exciting. If you partnered with Pokemon Go, but I think at the end of the day, people are going to look at it as an unnecessary accessory and go back to playing the stuff the simpler way.
Yeah, here's the problem. It says, just like Apple Arcade, we aim to get 100 plus games to the Voodoo Games Apple over the coming years. So say if it launches with only 10 or 12, is that going to sustain them to get to year 2 and 3 if you blow through all the games in like a couple of months with your kids?
Well, if they keep providing experiences like Juicebox, maybe.
I'm bullish on Juicebox.
Why are you bullish on
Who here
Juicebox?
play Juicebox with their kid? Come on. I got 3 people. Oh, come on. That's not appropriate here. Keep it. Come on. Come on.
Hey, I saw a picture of someone next to an active volcano with the UDU. You think you could scroll back up to the...
What? There was an active volcano with voodoo? You're not trolling me. Is it here?
Okay, just wait a second.
I do like that you're seeing kids promote it. Oh, there was. Oh my God, there was. I just missed it. Was that they're actually there or augmented reality?
You can't miss it, Pat. Just wait.
Oh, let's see. They're outside. They're okay. That's a weird one. You don't want to get toxic fumes. They should put a disclaimer. Don't use voodoo next to active volcanic activity. That would not be garden. Okay, playground. Not the volcano. Okay.
I want to throw this out there too. They're really pushing the outdoor focus. Most people will not play VR unless they're completely alone because it's an embarrassing, weird scenario to be watching.
It's AR, not VR.
Yeah, well, I know. It still looks ridiculous.
You don't play Pokemon Go,
Absolutely
that's
ridiculous.
AR. They look
Yes,
ridiculous.
but they're not swinging shit around, man. They're like, it looks like they're texting.
Okay.
So people are pretty self-aware if they're looking like an idiot playing Pokemon Go, and a lot of them just don't care.
Well, would a six-year-old
Sure.
would a 6-year-old care to look playing baseball? Would they care? 6-year-olds? Would they get teased by their friends?
You'll get teased by their friends.
I wonder if they got.
Yeah, right?
Did they get? Here's the question.
They're gonna kick a ball around the field. They're gonna get dirty. They're gonna eat worms.
They get into mysterious taxpayer grant money to do this in Europe, like a certain other console. That's what I don't want to know. That's the $1 million question. They get some grant money to get this done. I actually think Voodoo nailed it here.
Yeah, I have no
Christian
idea who he
Nielsen,
is.
Brandon Imagely had. Is that co-op or coop?
Let's go with Coop.
It's
like
like
a chicken.
it's like Pokemon Go on steroids. A cool combination of digital and physical play. Well, it is physical. You're walking around.
That man pissed out that statement in 20 seconds without thinking.
That's why we didn't have the adult advisor on this panel. by the way.
That's fine. I'm gonna make use of it.
Parental advisory is. Yeah, I
If you
really.
say something is like something on steroids, you have thought no time about it.
Here's the problem. This is a gaming app at its heart with the controller that comes with it.
Yes.
You have to push the games to the forefront. We saw only 2 demos on here: the Quest game and then my favorite Juicebox. Like, you have to show the lightsaber game. You have to show more of the. I think the Ghost game actually is really interesting. If you're walking around the house, you have to track it down with some mechanics.
Halloween like
It's
You brought up
October.
the ghost
It's
many
Shocktober.
times.
But it looks like there's only icons for about 12 games here. If you look, there's a Magic one. What is that? Shopping? It's a voxel sort of game. There's the juice box.
I'm aware of another system that said they were going to launch with a lot of games.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Wii U? What are you talking about?
Yep.
But didn't the Ghost game not show the controller being used?
It didn't.
He was holding a tablet.
Yeah.
Or they're holding. Well, you get the app. It's exclusive. You got to get on the
Pat,
platform.
I can take you to Luna Video Games and show you the free 2 locations and show you the free bid where you can find all sorts of other games that had an unnecessary app attached to them or controller. Yes.
How about the Wii rackets from 2007?
The U-Draw tablet that they tried to do on there, the balance pad. Everyone thought, oh, this little gizmo is gonna. No, it's not. It's dumb.
What price would this work at? If this was like $50 only, with some of the games thrown in?
$1.99 with a triple stack from Burger King.
Do they do triple stacks at Burger King? Oh, Wendy's says triple stacks.
Burger King. Well, they used to. I haven't eaten at Burger King since like 2007, so I don't know.
I got Impossible Whopper a couple years ago. It was pretty good. All right, so is that all we got in the UDU? I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for those kids. They're not at least, they're people new to the industry, it looks like. So Ian's jaded at this point. See, that's really the sad part.
I'm not jaded, but there's no hook for it to me.
I think there's a hook. I think they're priced out.
It's just
I think it's too
waggling and
expensive.
walking.
Will it be released?
Waggle walk.
Will it be released? Well, there's a production schedule, and these are prototypes being used.
So will it be released?
You'd hope, like you'd hope. Looks like it entered in some contest, award-winning design from Scandinavia. I mean, it's just here's the good news. It's just
Did
a
they buy
controller.
a table at that contest?
It's a controller. They didn't put together a weird console to do it. This is going to be a lot cheaper to make than a game console. That's the good news. It's just an app and a controller. Like, this is the avenue you want to go for something like this.
If it does come out, Dennis Conn will put it in a plastic shell and say it's worth $100,000.
I mean, maybe. Gamma prototype now finalized. So there you go.
I got one question for you, though.
Sure.
How much have you invested? $10,000?
I have to disclose legally.
20,000?
I might have gotten a gondola ride with the CEO.
A gondola ride.
Yes. And yeah. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I have to disclose that to the FTC right now. I have an investor $10,000 even into UDU. Yeah, I'm all in on this. I'm gonna become an UDU only channel starting in 2 weeks. Once we hit November.
It's UDU.
UDU?
UDU. He said it right in the video. It's UDU. Like, you do it.
Don't
You do it,
don't
Doug.
you accent shame me.
You do.
That's fine.
UDU.
Why do I say gondola ride? I think this is funny. Imagine being swayed over to the side of investing by a nice gondola ride, someone with a big long stick, or
Sway, like the sway button on the double, like
or
the
swaying like Double Dragon, Tiger L City. All right, well that's it for the UDU. Who here thinks this is at least an interesting product? Anyone? There's all right, like 12%.
Okay, Pat.
12%. Those two are out. They know it's a bad idea.
They're like, we have not been sold on.
They're using sustainable practices for the environment. So there you go. They keep pushing water repellent. Makes me realize that, like, I guess rain, or sort of kids being out in the
They
rain.
really want people to be playing this outside by a riverbank.
Okay.
And apparently volcanoes.
And volcano. I mean, yes, it is a liquid technically at some phase.
If it's water resistant, maybe.
Maybe you can go to 800 degrees at that point.
And I feel like that's dangerous too. Like, what if they are playing it by a riverbed so they can take advantage of the water resistance and they stumble on a rock, trip, sprain their ankle,
Ian,
bash up their knees?
Haven't people died playing Pokemon Go or been injured?
Launch the thing into into a bear-infested woods, and then they go after it.
Look at that wiggle. Look at that wiggle on the haptic.
Right into an active volcano. Babies just running right after it and jumping into them volcanoes.
Now that's gameplay.
It is. It is. It's real action.
All right.
It's like a little danger to
Is
it.
that it on the UDU? That's it. We're gonna do.
Oh, all right. You're moving on.
Look, Ian, the floor is yours. You want to do more UDU?
Joking with you. So what do we do now? A little Q&A.
We can do a Q&A, and
Q&A.
we have a line set up here at the mic that people want to do. It's always like breaking the seal. Who's going to be the first one? Who's going to have the courage? And then after that, we can have more people
Line them up.
line them up.
It's a good hat.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Question for you two. Who will end the Bloodline's reign of terror? Roman Reigns has been running roughshod for far too long.
I haven't watched WWE, but Roman Reigns has been champion for like 3 years at this point, on and off it seems like. And supposedly it's a good faction with him and the Usos.
Yeah.
Is it Uso or Uso? Usos.
Hole-in-one Barry Darso. He's going to do it. Yeah, I was thinking about him the other day. He's going to invade the WWE and
He's
take
in,
it home.
Is he in
Yeah.
your boys' stable?
No, Barry Darso is not going to spot my boys' table.
Thanks for the wrestling question.
Yeah, thank you.
You want a podcast sticker?
Yes, I want one.
Let's advertise that. There for the video. There you go.
Advertise.
Who's next? It's coming up. I saw hands raised. I guess you can yell out if you don't want to make it to the mic. Oh, here's it. Someone else will do it.
Hello, long-time listener of the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, are you as bewildered as me that they're still making these weird, like, Kickstarter game consoles?
Yes.
2022.
I'm not bewildered by it because like it's a huge market, so people are always going to try.
Yeah. I always thought that it kind of just died after the Ouya. So.
I think it's tough for these to get any sort of market penetration. And I think with every single one that comes out, people realize that they're not going to have the next Wii, they're not going to reinvent the wheel. And I am kind of surprised that people keep trying it. And there have been some interesting little things out there that I've seen, like the little screens that connect together and like they can play different games on them and whatnot. But I just don't think anything is going to have the impact that I think the creators hope it does. It's like I don't see UDU here taking over the world.
The acquisition cost to get customers would be gigantic to get the word out. Unless you partner with like some influencers that are like, you know, like children influencers, I guess, for this sort of stuff. Kids to get
sounds like a child soldier.
What?
Children influencers?
Yeah, there's kids that have millions of followers that on YouTube.
I guess.
You know, they've got that. I think that's what it would take. That's the problem. Is like I don't think it's priced effectively.
The first one that gets Earthworm Jim 4 on it is gonna that'll be the successful one.
This is almost something where you have to price it lower, just get people in and take almost a loss on the hardware to get the subscription going and build the subscription base. That's really where the money is, to me. It's not a hardware play. It's a better model than the Nico by far, but the cost is still, I think, too high to get people into it, especially kids.
Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Howdy.
Hello. So I had a question that involves difficulty settings in video games.
Okay.
It's pretty divisive, it seems. Some people think that difficulty settings, making games super easy versus super challenging, robs a game of its artistic talents, if you will. I'm of the viewpoint that difficulty settings should be treated more as accessibility settings. Not that every game ought to have them or should have them, but they should at least try to have them.
I think they should be there. You know, most of the time I set my games to easy. The exceptions would be like if I'm playing, you know, like a horizontal or vertical shooter, I'm usually playing that on normal or hard because, you know, that's why I'm specifically playing the game. I think it always comes down to the example people want to talk about is Dark Souls.
That's usually where it goes.
I think an easy mode on that diminishes, to me that changes the game pretty drastically from its intent, but I don't think that means it shouldn't be there. I just don't know that I personally would, and like I said, I like easy games, but I feel like that's such a core of it, the loop of the gameplay, learning the patterns, the grinding. I think it would be a different experience, but I don't think that means it shouldn't be an option.
Okay.
Yeah, it's artistic intent. If they feel like it doesn't destroy their vision of it, because they're artists. You're making a game, it's art.
Yeah.
If that's part of your vision, that you want it to be super difficult, then that's your game. You're just going to obviously shut out a portion of the population that are not going to try it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Of the modern AAA developers, which one do you think is the most problematic, and which one do you think is the least? I guess. Like, you've heard about shit happening with, say, Activision, so maybe leave Activision and EA out of the conversation. Because let's face it, who here doesn't know the horrible things they've done? But aside from them, is there anything going on right now that you think is quite objectionable? / what do you think is really great going on right now?
Well, just
Also,
wait.
can
Is
I
there
get a
any
sticker?
good AAA?
Well, I don't think Capcom's particularly problematic right now.
Yeah, not really.
Street Fighter 6 looks pretty good. Character design is great. They got all sorts of input on the character design. I think it's fantastic. And it looks really good. And yeah, real diverse roster, you know, coming for Street Fighter 6. On the other hand, yeah, I think you could just, I mean, it's your choice. You can pick Activision, Blizzard, you know, Ubisoft, EA.
Oh god, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubi-dooby-doo. I don't know.
Udu and Ubi sitting in a tree.
I don't know that I could single out one, but I think Capcom's probably okay right now.
I think. At least not Nintendo or anything.
I mean, Nintendo's Nintendo.
Nintendo has been mean since the day they started making video games. But
Yeah, there's
also-
always rumblings, but they also seem to keep under wraps anything that happens there, so who knows?
That's true. It doesn't make them any less charming, though, does it?
No, sure.
Also, can I get a sticker?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. You want a limited sticker? Limited.
Oh yeah, I do.
You gotta do the sound.
No, you don't.
No, I need it.
Hey guys, question for you. Walking around this event, have you noticed any, I guess, shocking trends?
Shocking trends?
Like for me, for example, I've noticed a lot more grading companies out here, and I've also noticed that you can slab a Breath of the Wild Switch version and sell it for $3,000 apparently.
Well, you can try.
Yeah.
I know someone's gonna buy it.
Right.
Well, WADA was like one of the main sponsors here 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so they're back, and Heritage is here, and then CGC is getting into it as a competitor. Well, I welcome the competition, because anyone's gonna be better than WADA at this point. So, no, I'm not shocked by it. It's just a lot's happened in 3 years, obviously. When last time we were here, a lot of the weird crap we didn't know about was starting to happen. Like the Pawn Stars game was like early 2020. No, it was early 2019. It was weird by then. That's right. It just got weirder and weirder. And then it just sort of spiraled out of control by 2020.
I've noticed a lot of Game Boy boxed stuff.
See,
Yeah,
that's not like Game Boy boxes.
It's just there's a lot more of it out there. I'm just looking for loose stuff, and everyone brought boxed.
Oh, do it all.
Makes me sad.
There's always next year.
Yeah, but it costs so much more.
That's true.
All right, thanks guys.
Yep.
You want a Danny sticker? Danny approved sticker?
Yeah, of course. See if I can slab it and sell it.
Danny approved. UltimateNintendo.com.
Hello. So I have a bit of a food-inspired question.
Yeah.
Food inspired?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said something else. Okay.
Food.
I have a food-related question inspired by re-listening to Extra Napkins.
Oh, thank you.
Listening to a bit of a contentious argument between Ian and his co-host on that podcast. And I want to ask Pat. Pat, do you wash your rice before you cook it?
I don't need a meme for another podcast here. Is this a controversy?
Yeah, do you wash your rice or do you not wash your rice like a horrible person?
Wow, this is a controversy. I don't want to step into this minefield here. I don't know what the right is.
You wash the rice.
I don't
wash
ever,
your rice.
I mean,
it has nothing. It's not even like a cleanliness thing. I'm not being crazy.
I mean, in theory, you boil it, right? So like it would.
It's not washing it.
But I mean, like that would kill the germs. What is there any bacteria?
It has nothing to do with germs or cleanliness.
What does it do with it?
You have to rinse off the
I don't cook rice, so
rinse it off.
don't redirect your anger at someone else at me. I don't care if you shove rice up your nose. I don't care what you do with it.
It's going to be goopy and not fluffy.
All right. Thanks for bringing this up. This is great. Great at the Retro Gaming Expo talking about fucking rice. Thank you so much.
You're going to live.
Thanks so much.
You're going to live.
Thank you. You don't get a sticker. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
So I like to walk around my house and constantly say the words big news.
Big, big!
Yeah, so very good. Question, so video games, most epic celebration when you beat a game. What was the game? What was the celebration? Did you chug a beer? Did you run around the house? How old were you?
What was the biggest celebration? That's actually not a bad question. Well, biggest celebration. Well, I beat Mike Tyson's Punch out a group of people when I was college age, probably home. I'm 20 or 19. Everyone was going nuts. It was on a big screen, I guess, projection, a big screen in a basement. And I finally beat Mike Tyson. No one could believe it. I couldn't. It was like very tense. So that was pretty big. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another one. Ninja Gaiden.
This is a really good question, but I don't beat anything, so I can't think of one.
He beats people with bags of dirty rice. That's what it is.
No, I wash my rice. It has nothing to do with dirt. It's a fluffiness.
It's to make it have a better texture.
It activates the rice.
Yes.
I'm on intermittent fasting. I'm not doing rice. All right.
Hi guys. What are some of your favorite Sega Game Gear games?
Favorite Sega Game Gear games?
I like Psychic World. That's a fun new one. I like the Mickey Mouse Legend of Illusion. And I don't have a whole lot. Oh, I love Sonic Chaos. Yeah, I love that game.
I don't know if I played through any Game Gear game ever. I should start. You just look.
There you go. I had a good celebration when I beat Sonic Chaos last winter because I was sick with COVID, and I got through it, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
Hello. So,
Oh, that's way too loud.
so I was wondering, how do you think video game preservation will be affected by capacitors like blowing in like systems, and as like they age and systems are becoming like incredibly like you can't use them anymore? How do you and like copyright laws and like how do you think that will affect? How do you think like the future of like retro video games will like be?
The future.
Just video games in general.
Well, it's all going to come down to, can you play it on original hardware or not? That's the fundamental question. There's going to be ways to probably play there's ways to play almost every pre-existing game right now. It's just, how authentic will the experience be? Or will that be lost over time?
Yeah.
Like, we're still going to have vector.
That's mainly the question.
Yeah, we're going to have vector arcade monitors 50 years from now to emulate how they looked originally in the age. Will there still be some around? Will be the way to capture that feel? That's really the question. Will we be able to play Atari 2600 games 50 years from now on an original console or not? Versus there'll be an FPGA substitute for all these consoles. That's really the more fundamental question about preservation is that.
I think consoles will be less problematic to upkeep, but I think monitors and things like that will be much harder to upkeep. So you may start to lose some of those. I think FPGA will go a long way to help that, and scalars and things like that. But yeah, I think we may get to a point where some of these systems aren't easily or at all playable on the original way.
It's going to come down to, will someone be able to repair an RCA Studio 2 like 100 years from now?
Right.
There'll be one left in the world working potentially.
But I do think it's going to be a longer, when you say 100 years, I think,
because
we're talking a long time. It's not like electronics are going to change overnight.
Yeah. I mean, these consoles still work that are 40, 50 years old. And honestly, if I have an honest from 72, shout out to her out there, 50th anniversary, like, it'll still work.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I get a sticker?
Yeah, sure. Do you want Danny approved? Do you want CU Podcast or cute mugs? What do you want? Thanks.
Thank you.
OldNintendo.com.
Nice play.
You go, you buy.
Yeah, this one's for Pat. So I personally like some of your Halloween/Christmas themed punk videos, especially with the Santa Claus guy that tries to take your soul.
Oh, he took it, all right, yeah.
Yeah. So
By the way, that could have been potentially the last NES Punk episode. I was thinking about that.
Oh.
That'd be a weird way to go out where I'm just dead on the floor.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was wondering. Would we maybe expect a punk video around this Christmas season?
I always like to do a Christmas one.
All right.
I did who liked the Game Boy one last year? Anyone see it? Not even saw it. That's why do I do it? Why do I don't know.
The thumbnail was great.
Okay.
Why do I do 35 hours into these videos, 40 hours? I'll probably do a Christmas one. My schedule kind of works out where I can probably do one, in theory, like these last 3 months of the year. I did that in 2019, where I did Monster in My Pocket, Combat with ABGN, and I did What Days Before Christmas with the Evil Santa. So
Okay.
It worked out.
Cool. Good stuff.
Thanks.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Howdy.
So, I really enjoy you guys talking about wrestling a lot on the podcast, and it's been something that I watched a lot as a child, but never really went and saw it. So I got really excited and had the toys and bought everything. But I recently started working at an arcade bar that has amateur wrestling.
Oh.
And it's so much of a different experience to be there and to watch them set it up. And it's almost like it's like a big troop of people that all work together.
They have tournaments at your bar?
Yeah. There's one tonight. I'm going to work.
Wow, are they like cash prizes or what?
No. So it's like a full-on troop of guys that
They just
guys
do
and
it.
girls, and
They just go around doing like a fight.
It's
for amateur
Blair
wrestling.
Alley in Eugene. Like Pinball Alley. So some of my favorite things, I get to go sell booze to people, get them drunk, and have them yell at fucking wrestlers.
All right.
That sounds
throw
awesome.
some side bets in, maybe?
It's only like 100 miles away.
Okay.
Seeing it live is definitely a 100% different thing.
I used to watch it in college a little bit.
Is there any like amateur stuff in down in Southern California?
You gotta ask Frank that. Frank's the guy.
Do you mean amateur professional wrestling or amateur
Well,
wrestling?
it's like, I mean, they got like chairs and.
Oh, you're talking about indie wrestling. I thought you meant amateur wrestling.
No.
I thought you meant competitive.
I was gonna say you're thinking like.
I pictured a bar, people actually.
Yeah, just like
wrestle. Like on a tarp. We did independent wrestling. Okay, that's what you mean. Okay. Okay, that's a lot different.
It's awesome, and you see it live, and you realize, I think, on TV, you realize it's physical, but whether it's the camera or something like that, you don't, until you see it live and you hear it, you don't really realize how physical it is.
Yeah, and they're still pulling out tax and stuff out of people.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's crazy.
All right.
Can I get a sticker?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You want Danny Improves? Making a thumbs up. Danny Improves. There you go.
You're welcome.
All right, so you guys are pretty well known for being very critical of things that you think deserve criticism, like WADA, heritage, etc. When you're at a show like this, and maybe your booth is a couple booths down from those booths, like, what are the vibes on the show floor? Like,
I can tell you because I got accosted by Danielle's friend when I was setting up last night. I was witnessed by two people that were like waiting to like talk to me and maybe buy a book while I was setting up, and it was a very interesting experience because it went exactly how I thought it was going to go, and they hit all the talking points they have. Or, oh, it's not a collapse, it's a correction. Oh, it's okay if people know each other and have relationships with each other. This is a new market. And I'm like, no, it's not. And like, two people witnessed this. They were there where they were just like trying to save me because this person would not leave my booth for 25 minutes. I wish I recorded it. But it came down to them asking, I think I should try and be friendly at first. I think I should be in your podcast. You need an alternative point of view. I'm like, no. No, you don't. This isn't 60 Minutes or a debate show. This is just what I do. We have an opinion. People listen to us because they like our opinions in theory, and that's it. And we're usually pretty spot on about this stuff from our experience. So that's it. So I got accosted 3 years ago by Danielle. Now we're friends.
All right, it's what time are we here till 3:15?
We got 3 minutes. We got fun.
Okay, yeah, we can do it.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You over the Mets yet, Pat?
What's that?
Are you over the Mets yet?
Oh, where's the edge of the stage? I mean, I knew this was gonna happen. After they lost all those games, I knew they were not gonna get out of the wild card. In my heart of hearts, I knew.
So real question. So, have you ever reached out to talk to Danny Sullivan yet about approving that sticker?
No, but I
approved.
did purchase at this event in 19 or 18 a signed Danny Sullivan's Indie Heat signed by Danny with like a card with him, so I do have that.
What about off-road? You like that better?
Which one?
Worse? Off-road, better or worse than
off-road's better.
I think so too.
It depends what console, like the Super Nintendo ones are really good. They add all the extra tracks into it. Versus
they
the
use
NES
the
one.
track pack.
Yeah. But Danny Sullivan has an ending, like it actually ends.
Where did that come up, the Danny Sullivan love?
We were sitting where we used to sit and record. Pat would always like look at his games and pick something random, and it was the line of sight game for him so many times that he just stopped looking and started using.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And the lore was born.
Hello.
Someone had asked you a question on over the Anchor thing online, and you didn't answer the question even though I asked because he dissed you after that, and you're like, I'm not giving you the answer. But I've been wondering, who is Frank? Good question.
Who is Frank? What is Frank? Frank is whatever you choose him to be. Is Frank just the smile of the stranger passing by? Is Frank the Jew glistening off a leaf on an autumn morning?
He's the spirit of the sun in the early spring.
Yes. Frank lives inside all of us. Frank, that's what Frank is.
Wait, is Frank your uncle?
It's not my uncle.
Is
That's
he your
what I'll
dad?
say. Why do people think he's my dad? Well, it's so weird to call your dad by the first name. Like, it's just some people that do it. I just think that's bizarre.
I mean, you're weird though.
So
Thanks.
we'll never know.
Well, we got 1 minute left, so we have one last question to go. Thank you.
I thought what the other gentleman was asking about the WADA games was very interesting. Did the guy happen to have any comments about the fact that they are now owned by a parent company that also owns Golden and has both the grading and the auction company under the same umbrella? So they're double dipping and a huge conflict of interest.
Dippin' Dots.
Oh, I thought the company owns Golden also owns CGC. Golden is also the water one. I
I
forget
thought it was
which one.
PSA, but maybe I'm mixing it up.
They're all. It's an incestuous thing.
Yeah,
And then, by the way, the person that was talking, I said that's fine. That's how all the collectible hobbies are. I said that's not ethical. So his argument was then all these hobbies aren't ethical. I said no. I said the actors in them aren't ethical, but like the hobby itself is fine. It's just the actors that turn it into a perverse thing. That's what the
I just find it fascinating. We have a completely unregulated market where now a lot of the grading companies are owned by a parent company that also owns the auction site. That's freaking crazy.
If it was a regulated market, it wouldn't be allowed.
No, of course not.
They'd all be in prison. So, it is what it is. Yeah. It's fun. Good times, right? Well, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Ian, thanks you. I thank
stellar.
you. Performance Game Expo. Enjoy the rest of the show. We're going to be doing signings and calling you at booth 205, which is right outside the arcade, closer to the wall by the Atari booth. We're going to be there in 5 minutes, so come by and say hi.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and to the right are the playlist of the Portland Retro 2022 and some other interesting videos. Thank you.